All right, we're into it. Winner moves on to the playoffs of Masters Bangkok. Loser gets eliminated in this series. This is map 1 on Fracture. So DRX once again still using a Yoru on the attack side, but single duelist. Not gonna lie, aside AF to play these two for a spot. To be honest though, I manifested it yesterday, Hugger Logic. I said I wanted to watch the world burn to see a regional between T1 and DRX and TL versus G2. So G2 gets the revenge for Americas for beating TL for Sentinels. And then you have a Korean team / APAC team going through, which then means the playoffs would be a perfect top 4, one representative from each region for Masters Bangkok, which is kind of sick as a storyline.
DRX versus T1, the desk was talking about it. You and I are very familiar with this matchup.
Yeah, this is going to be our 3rd time casting it this month, as it turns out. And an interesting thing about this, T1 with this roster hasn't been able to beat them.
Wow, they're actually undefeated 7-1. I didn't know that stat, but I still stand by that T1's going to win this. So this map for me,
you know, T1 has been able to finally
I'm gonna lower the chat a bit so we can see that mini map because it's 4 quadrants and it's a bit important for us to see the map here. Let me try to fix that real quick, chat. 1 sec.
Decent north side push coming through here from T1.
We'll put it like this, okay?
Just gonna lurk back through that sewer. In the meantime, Spike as well as Hyunmin starting to bring things forward. Situated here, drop meteor, the one to try to hold the line. Just the classic.
T1's undefeated with Sylvan. Word. What's up, Icarus?
Pushing in through Hall. So it's going to be a relatively safe take.
Willow, I don't know if you were there yesterday, but I realized that in midstream, I was like, you know what? I probably will look like a schizophrenic if you just see me like just talking to myself when there's no chat on. So I had to fix it around to put the chat back on. Old DRX, new DRX. I'm supporting the new DRX, which I'm assuming is T1 here. They said that Carpe last game. Nice, Bane. And that's a plant too, right?
The most recent addition.
An orb, a plant of 4K. He's already 6 orbs. That's a huge round here for Bane.
Bit of a rough outing the last time against Vitality, but a hot start for him. The emotional
but yeah, they put Hyunmin in the game yesterday versus Trace, and they were really good.
Has struggled. You can see part of the problem for T1 on this map has been map awareness. They're not always fully reading
100% Willow. And thankfully, like, our community is quite small, so we could still have chat on this while still being able to have a clear view of the minimap.
Very isolated position on an island, trying to figure out what's going on around him. Norv grab for Hyunmin.
Yeah, this is going to be very normal to look at these two comps and see a lot of 4-1's defense.
Flashback about to walk into this, but Meteor going to be taken down in flashback. He gets a very good sense of this, toggles the cam, and now is going to start sprinting. That will
right now for DRX, the thing that's going to be difficult for them is be explosive on their hits, right? Because they're playing a Yoru. So like the Raze double satchel into heaven is going to be non-existent. The Raze satchel into top A site is going to be non-existent. The satchels into sands are also going to be non-existent, and the double satchel in here are going to be non-existent.
Ideally, you don't want to.
So I believe that your scales are going to be fairly more focused on these extremities because you could Yoru clone in this line while you have the fault line salvos, and then maybe try to get the TP across while Yoru goes forward, right? And then your other Yoru line, I think you could land a Yoru star right over, or gate crash right at this corner. You can't really line it up to get it to the top in this corner here. So their explosions are going to be really around these corners. Or like even here if they're going to arcade.
So for what it's worth, T1 plays that pretty well. One thing I'm going to be also really keen on in this matchup is
in this situation for this map, yes. On other maps, they will play Yoru and like Jet or something, or Yoru and Raze. They would play double duelist.
Really tough time with against Vitality. They're really tricky in the way that they'll make contact and back off, or make contact and keep pushing, keep you guessing.
This is in DRX's case. T1, I think, usually just keeps one duelist.
You kind of wait it out. You take a pause and
Sorry.
then rotate somewhere where
Sorry. It's the opposite. T1 would play double duelist, and then DRX would play just single duelist. Because you'd have Meteor playing ISO, for example, with Buzz as a raise. But for this event, DRX has also been only running Yoru on all their maps. And it's not a bad thing on this map, it's still very doable.
One away from that rolling thunder.
But you're not taking any contact anywhere else on the map. And that's going to...
Oh, that's awesome, Foe.
Double stack, swing coming through. A little bit of a delayed reaction there, but Fraying still able to find it. Sylvan going to be taken down. Grim now out of the equation, stun across onto Meteors.
They're one orb away here of getting Rolling Thunder. While the wall is up, this is now picked up, and now they can Rolling Thunder explode into the site, and they do it instantly. He hits his own teammate, but it allows your Meteor to get stunned as well and get shot from front B. And then this is going to be very annoying to deal with. This we've seen before, this type of playstyle. Where was it, chat? Where was it?
DRX looking for yet another flawless. So he's just going to stay tucked. Try to see if he can find any exit frags here.
In challengers, I'm going into a different region and into a different tier, but challengers has had that a lot too.
Staying here on this side,
where you have like a lot of 4-1 setups on defense on either side, but because Vise is so limited on what she could defend on with her walls, that it leaves a big gap for a lurker to get good value.
This is just a timing thing. T1 thinks they're going to be able to push a little bit of space with that contact towards Dish. They're assuming maybe it's an arcade push. Actually, there's a two-man stack coming at them from the tree side. They pay the price.
Which one, T-Sparks?
Caught unawares, and that's Rolling Thunder in play as well that round. Very early for Bane, and they just smother Meteor out of there. And, big sigh from Stacks, the IGL of T1.
Yeah, so flashback is going to be annoying to deal with.
Sheriffs abound, a few half armors. Stacks able to avoid the salvos for now.
That's actually pretty awesome.
Smoke going to come down. Certainly not much ambiguity to this hit so far.
I gotta let Khan know. I'm gonna DM him.
Quickly forced out of halls though.
After this series.
Will demand a degree of respect here. I mean, T1, the show just yesterday versus Trace. Get them in an eco position. They absolutely can claw their way back into a round.
I mean, look at his lurks. You know how annoying this is.
Is clear from flashback.
But he okay. Sorry, it's underpass.
Not seeing anything, not hearing anything. Calls for rotation to come back over. And right now, DRX are gambling on the.
Which I was gonna say, like, if he continues to do like these pushes,
the part of the map
especially on anti-eco too, like it's gonna be a huge tell. They're gonna have to start.
It's been a
they're gonna have to start identifying here for T1.
Locking this site down in their defaults.
Trying to go for the push up here. Fault line to hold him in place for the moment. And his rotations can now begin. Buzz watching for that late lurk.
Or the slogan could be like, no plan B needed. Sites always well defended or something.
Hopes of having that impact here.
Sites are always protected.
Less and less likely. Coming up from the Celtron, able to find one. Fault line going to be going through.
Or the spikes always protected.
For the moment. T1 still trying to encroach. Looking for players here, looking for targets, but it's just going to be freeing, mowing down two. Meteor does manage to find one, but swiftly.
Yeah, no one gets through.
DRX, one casualty. Gunman happy to give his life for the cause as DRX get a 4-0 start.
T1 just really looks lost right now, trying to figure out exactly how they can play for these retakes, trying to figure out how they can get a read on DRX. But it's just great map control, great map awareness, and great calling from Mako here. They're avoiding any of the traps that T1 is trying to set up. That's something that T1 is very, very good at. You saw it yesterday on that Lotus with, you know, the combination. Sometimes, in this case, it's not the ISO or anything like that, but they'll combo their utility very, very well. That's something that T1 has done in spades throughout this year. And if you can avoid that contact with them, the retakes sometimes don't look too strong, and this one never even got started. It was dead on arrival. So let's see what T1 wants to talk about. Kind of curious. Right now, they're playing mostly patiently, other than
the difficult thing right now for T1 to deal with is because if you're looking at DRXs, there are also defaulting a lot here on Dish and also on A main, right? A-holes. and then you have the lurk over here. If T1 wants to start focusing on fights to take care of flashback, this will allow DRX to start tempoing a lot faster into the A site and forcing T1 to play more retakes.
But we saw what he could do with it.
But if you're allowing yourself to play retakes for T1 side, then your post plant delays are amazing for DRX. So it's very, very difficult to deal with.
There's the peek out, there's the kill.
That's a start.
DRX now going to be well aware that this is in play, but T1 get themselves a nice early advantage.
And
that's huge.
It's not an issue with this map in general. It's just an issue with this comp. I feel like this comp is very, very strong and explosive, but it's so hard to play against an op. An op can really own you.
All of a sudden, nullified. In death, Buzz will find the showstopper, but cannot bring it out until round 6.
Except Buzz kind of like overstepped his peak there instead of falling back when he already got wallbang before.
The Armageddon paved the way. Izu here up top jumps into it.
The salvo's yet to move out.
Either way, ends up falling to the wayside. Stacks is able to find one meteor. Still here, freeing. Trying to get him over the line. It's so damn close, but T1 will.
That's a start, but it was very expensive here.
Up recovered, carried forward. That was a hell of a lot bloodier than it looked like he was going to be.
I don't think this game's over yet, Hugger Logic. I still think T1 has this.
Still very strong. And the support there for Buzz, non-existent. A good read here by DRX that he'd be playing behind that box. Maybe they saw pixel out of place or something like that. The salvos in the corner scared him off. There were some right next to him. And that kind of left him in a bad spot. Opted to try to find the timing to get through the Armageddon, did freeing. It's a huge win though. For T1, Bulldog for Sylvan. Otherwise, they still had enough to scrape together a bye, but credit situation very dire for T1. Nice opening pick for Buzz.
Solid shot there off the rip. Flashback.
See how difficult it is right now for DRX to try to get information of where the op could be. The best thing they have is like the drone, but if you burn that drone so early on your attack side, you really have nothing for like the mid-round clears. And that's why like I feel like this comp for DRX, you need to start, if you're trying to default, you're probably going to need to default your double initiator with your Yoru, so that your Yoru could start like cloning up or something.
Left undefended.
And it doesn't have to be both initiators, it could be one. But like or your Teho is selling a fake, right? And then you start hitting with Yoru clones at the forefront.
Gets a hell of a lot of damage, but cannot find the kill on the Mako. Still alive with 3 HP to spare.
Or you just double initiator and try to fight, and then just try to TP to safety, and then just reset after your second wave of initiator util gets refreshed. And this is in your default rounds.
Back dead, Bane on the floor, and Izu's got the cover to finish off Mako. T1 themselves back-to-back round wins.
That's that coordination you need as T1. Really good util coming.
So the T1 timeout was just it seems like it was just very good communication on how to activate the op onto Buzz right now. And now this is 2 rounds in a row that it kind of got, well, I wouldn't necessarily say they got stumped, because 2 rounds ago he had to finish on a 1v1. So I don't think they're going to be calling a DRX right now a timeout, because you still have like a good idea of fighting this match, because they still got into sight too in this last round.
From your initiators, very nicely done by T1.
Now they're just trying to tempo a lot faster.
See if they can soar a little bit more. T1.
This for me, should be a commitment, especially with this drone coming out.
From DRX.
They're gonna probably flash, clone through. There's that TP we were saying about that was gonna go into the corner. Gets a TP, easy kill. But that's the thing. It's just obvious where the TP could land if you're trying to exit through a smoke here for Yoru. So it's a good read for Meter to run out to get the kill, but it's even better for DRX here with the instant runouts and trades that he just did. Now, if they don't overcommit here and overpeak, this should be around for DRX.
And flashback going on a bit of a walkabout underneath the sewers. Salvos. Mako has to back off a bit.
Forced away, is able to escape, eludes that damage. Time
He's just spraying it.
Izu
Oh,
on
he's
the chase.
going for it.
The corner finds one
He's gonna
more.
die.
He's gonna burn him down. Buzz now alone here.
He knows
On
both
the
players
side.
now.
Sends to the flashback, swings
No, he
back in,
doesn't
snap,
actually. It was
finds
the
Izu,
jiggle peek
just
from,
misses,
that was very, very
flops
nice.
him, but flashback
The
is
fact that it
covered.
was freeing that jiggle peek after salvos to
Sprays
just
down
not
the
allow
gloves of his previous teammate.
Buzz to know where his flashback could be.
DRX.
That was very, very good.
Get themselves back into the driver's seat, not allowing for T1 to get ever closer.
It's just a
So they
great
play off time
execute.
here.
That's going to be the hallmark of both of these teams.
It's very nice for Meteor to understand where the TPs from the Euros would be, but he's also once again still playing solo sites because T1. Well, they did play 3-2. It's just that Sylvan died instantly from the Cypher lick up on arcade here. So
He's got tremendous mechanics, and already T1's economy after winning 2 in a row back to broken. Good shot by Meteor.
that's two damage. He hit that. He hit free. Yeah. That's a 1-on-1 right there.
Flashback, however, holding down Halls. Stops the push. Continues to just be lurking so damn well. Buzz and Meteor, however, are in the right spot. They're in a decent position.
Now they run away.
Chester on a flashback.
He's gonna ult. If they forced a human ult, that's a big dub.
Continue to fly. Just trying to stop the flood here. The swing out. Gunman able to find the headshot
Oh,
now.
I wish he hit that.
Meteor. That's the fake out.
Well,
Fire
still hit it.
finds one, pours out into the
Oh,
open,
that's
gets
good
straight
damage.
Through that box. Cannot find the follow-up. DRX not allowed.
Easy got to sub down to util.
50 wins to come through.
This is just
It
great
was
stuff
tough
from
though, right? It was the
Flashback
3-2. They
again.
had to start tempoing up when we're
DRX's last match. This is one
when
of
they're
the
at a
biggest
madness
pain
advantage.
points
You needed to find out where
for
like the
them
3
against
players are at.
Vitality
So
was Flashback
he
not
ran
being
through the
able to
molly. It
control
was a
those
nice molly
angles by
set
himself.
by
He was often, you know,
the
getting
DRX
overwhelmed
Brimstone
in
on top of
1v2s.
B site on
Vitality
that
was doing a
fight.
great job in those situations, or in a lot of cases just
But
1v1s.
this
I mean, yeah, you're
this
going up
eco
against
wasn't
Durka,
so bad.
maybe
They
the best
invested 2
player in this
marshals, got
tournament
some
at
damage.
times,
They
and
could
he
still have a
was
strong buy for
dipping in
T1.
pretty hard, if I'm being
Mako,
honest.
sorry, the controller. Why am I not? Why can I not know off the rip that the controller for DRX is
And the way
Mako?
he's using his util, playing off
I
of
just
it, or
always think
understanding
Mako is a
timings,
Viper, and then everything
all
in playing
seems to be
Brimstone. I
much
don't know
more
why.
in sync. Obviously, there's a lot more experience here as well, playing against T1 a couple different times, so definitely a lot more comfort for him in DRX. And another big thing is...
So I was gonna say they need to keep this flash for retake.
T1 still a world away. Have to break the trip.
So
Back there, trying to shut
he
this down.
planted here
Player
first and
approach
goes
coming
back to
through
a
that
plant
north side
here.
over
They
towards
have a
Dish at the moment.
Brimstone probably lined up that's gonna land in the front here.
Double Armageddon
So he's playing
out
far
already.
back.
Swing coming through.
They've
Wide
already
swing
used the
out was.
Armageddon. That's huge for T1 to start the retake.
Sylvan just trying to clear things out, push up over the
And
top of the
Freeing
ropes,
had
and
felt like he had to make a play because he didn't have salvos.
Play advantage now here. Forced away. Armageddon
Now they
trying
have
to get
double
back
stall
towards Hall. The
on the
door
pulse
opened
plat.
up, and Meteor
Nice push by
guns
Meteor.
out too.
There's the lineup,
Out wide, just trying to play delay as much as he can.
and then you diffuse.
Final smoke tries to drop it down. Swaps back over
I think the
onto
molly
handle.
missed. Look how they're still sticking it.
Jump out, cannot hold his ground. The defuse comes through. T1 perseveres.
Show me this. Show me this POV. I want to know where the if the molly missed or not, because they just stuck it.
T1 is able to find some space on the map.
Because they did the lineup after the orbital
And
strike.
this time around, it's just too much for Flashback to deal with. Singing his praises at the beginning.
Yeah, I agree, probably.
It's
I
an unfortunate
agree.
situation there, a 3v1 to try to hold down, Freeing then trying to make a play
But at
off the
least
back
right
of
now,
his
it's not
Armageddon.
like
Not going to do anything.
it's not dominating for DRX as it was at the beginning of the half. Since the T1 timeout, they've been very, very good on understanding what they have to do here against DRX.
Was finding good opportunities to use that ultimate.
Playing another
That one
4-1
right there.
and just trying to crunch
Very,
down on
very
the
good. Secured
flashback
him
lurk.
at the end of that round.
So that's what we were saying before, right, chat? We were
Keeping the
saying
cap to
off the
T1.
timeout, they probably
Now
want
it's
to try
gonna
to
be a
pressure
weaker
this guy a little bit
on the
more.
side of
And when they
DRX,
pressure this guy a little bit
in
more,
Gunman's
it
hands.
allows a very
T1
fast
is all
tempo
that
of
rope ASAP.
DRX on the pinch.
Okay, just pop, swings out. He's still
So
got
right now,
balls,
the good
just
thing
not
is
fast
that
enough.
Meteor went Razor Vines, and that's going to slow down the push for quite a bit.
Peek there into Hall's bait.
And he's also playing an
Straight into the side, Meteor's tucked away.
anti-eco, so he's in a
Goes for
good
the
spot.
second gunman, able to find one. To the corner, avoids the suppress. The narrow relocate is now rolling thunder. Crashed across from Stacks. Buzz, another showstopper in hand. He's looking for a target. Doesn't
Oh,
exactly know where
Hillman
Hillman's at, even
with the
stun.
hero rifle is owning so far.
Coming back in from Sylvan
There we
for
go.
now. It'll just be too much pressure coming their way. DRX crumble under it. T1 continue clawing their way back into this, now looking for a 6-6 half.
Kind of curious if maybe now a timeout going to be thought about.
That was so flippy. What'd you get distracted by?
It's just these three-man pushes from T1. They're just saying, let's just group up. Let's just swing a direction.
Run them down.
It's just run them down.
Yeah,
Exactly,
I think if
because
anything
we
though,
have
it's
the
like
numbers
we
and
need
we're
the
able to
rounds,
catch
so I
Flashback
respect it.
particular on
Especially when
his own.
Human
If we
started
can
getting
guess
like
where
a
he's
lot
gonna
of kills
be,
from his
that's gonna
position.
give us a huge
He was
advantage
starting to look
around.
very
We're knocking
dangerous.
the lurker out.
So
We're
I felt like they
setting
needed
ourselves
to
up
get
for
those
these
ults out.
5-4 retakes. You know, both these teams, again,
But if
very
anything though, at
execute
least
heavy.
macro
So
wise,
you wanna
that they
be the
have
one
like a
that's
good
in
understanding
position
of how to deal with
to set up
DRX.
for that retake, for that flood, because if you let DRX plant their
You got
feet,
distracted by your dishwasher?
going to
You
have
had to do dishes?
very, very difficult
Respectable.
post plants to root out.
Timeout is there. Glow chatting with the team. Figure out what exactly is going wrong. Granted, thrifty attempt in the last round. Able to get a couple of those ultimates away. The Rolling Thunder, the showstopper.
Oh, dude, that's
used.
hilarious. Not as funny though. I apologize for the water damage, but
Try to exploit to get themselves back into the driver's seat and ensure a round advantage.
what do we think about a timeout for the last 2 rounds?
Still holding on to this Rolling Thunder.
I think salvaging the last 2
to me,
rounds for
this is
DRX
just
would be good here because
Termy calling a timeout because
they
of
they
what
probably
was
have a
going
good
on
game
in the
plan for
map,
the
not
defense.
necessarily that particular round result, but 2
Sure.
rounds in a row where, you know, T1 is doing the same thing, and they get caught doing it twice. So gotta make sure.
I think understanding that
Now
they
maybe
don't
just
have
focus
the best
on the
chances
south side
on
of the map,
Pearl and
simplify
Haven,
the
you need to
game plan a
maximize your
little bit.
rounds.
Just
So with the
have
4-0
Flashback
starts, you're
watching
just
three.
trying to
You try to
at
make a
least
push
have the
towards
strongest
game
start
A,
as
see if we can
possible
get it to go.
because
It's a
your
4-man
defense,
push
you're
for
probably
T1
just
in response to that. They're
confident
gonna
in
continue
a stronger hold
try to just
than
take
what T1 could
space,
do because you have a
try to
Cypher.
double down on what was working those last couple of rounds. Meteor on an island though on A.
Okay, so at least it wasn't a full flood then, Flippy.
Catching a glimpse there, Hyunmin. Able to find him with a couple shots, but once again, this crunch getting ready to come through. Flashback.
At least it
Not gonna
wasn't
be
like
pressured
a
out.
T1
That was
timeout
enough to
beat
divert.
when they
Just Meteor's
when they
presence
timed
was
out when it
enough
was
to
12
divert
for their opponents.
DRX.
You know what I mean?
It's
On
so,
day one.
so unorthodox to have Meteor on A by himself. They can't imagine that that's the case. They have to try something different. See what Stacks can do here. Fault line
Jump
at the
spot's
ready.
dangerous here because he could get wall banged instantly.
Peeking, spots him out. Freeing not able to find that headshot there. Splashes fly.
This is a full commitment towards the B site.
Nearby.
Like they have zero
At the same
control
time, lurking
of extremities,
forward, takes this wraparound, comes back his way.
so they have to commit into
This is
this.
going to be good for one, if not
And
two
it's
of
not
them.
going to be off the roll. It is going to be off the
Advantage,
Rolling
but now
Thunder
Salvo's shoving
if they
back.
can.
Stacks there in tower. Push comes through. They here for the moment though. Pressure continuing.
Wait, the trip just got broken.
DRX contains
with 30
Meteor,
seconds
gets
left.
Closer and closer. Flashback watching the angle.
Okay, they're
Have to
going
hit
for
the
it.
shot.
They have no choice.
Rolling Thunder now gonna
So
go
after
back
like the
through.
first initial
Stacks able to
engagement
avoid
with
that one.
Util was really good.
Finds one, finds a second.
They got stuffed by a Molly salvo and smokes, so they needed an ult to retake B site, and they just lost.
Get themselves just one round
I
away,
really thought they were
tying
gonna
things up in the
5-man
half.
re-hit towards the A site and try to play against the flanker because this trip got broken.
On that timeout by T1.
But it was a scrambled like Rolling
And it
Thunder
was
try to go
just
in,
enough
and they got
presence
denied once
shown by
again.
Meteor to send DRX into the stack of T1, into their strong side. DRX now, after such a good read early on, 4 rounds in a row, may end up splitting this half. And Meteor there finding great timing, great patience there to wait until for sure that Rolling Thunder kicks off, and that's when he slams in. Phenomenal patience.
I think my
It's a big
issue
worry he might
advice
press the go button a little too early. You know, has to clear that trip
for
that's back
teams that
there.
are using her right
That's
now
kind
is
of
that they're not
allows
using
DRX to
forward
rotate
walls.
back the other way, but instead he waits till they commit. And that's something that I think both of these teams can be a little bit guilty of, is that they wait out executes a little bit too long.
State of affairs here. Glass
I would
cannon
appreciate
on,
if, like,
however,
let's say a
able to find
Vice
that opening
flashes
zone.
through this wall to try to get contact and sees nobody, then tries to place a wall across, so that if there's actually something happening here,
Comes away with 2. The
they
Bills
could
have
actually
nothing. He
react a
says
little
Meteor's
bit better
all lonesome.
and get into better positions.
Still going to be thrown, but it's a shallow one.
By the way,
Doesn't catch the
very
players here
nice
on the
scramble fight towards Arcade.
Realizes now that they were in
4X is coming
a
up
lot
from
earlier than
T1
he
side, so
anticipated.
a brawl going through. And he
Has
salvaged the last
everything
round
to
to make
do.
it 7-5. It's respectable.
1v4 with freeing at 16 health.
The old Sealam door. I see.
Malco just not giving him the wide enough angle to try to get some damage through. Flashback tucked at Arcade. This is a nigh impossible situation here for Meteor. Salvos gets a chunk. Now down to 41.
Flashback should have the cleanup here. Oh no, Meteor does win that.
Headshot coming through, but there's so much more to try to grind through, and Bane We'll go
Not
ahead
bad.
and put an end to it. DRX 7-5 at the half, secure themselves a lead, but this was a
Salvaging
fantastic
5
run
rounds
back from
after
T1.
a
It's
dominating
really good
start from
adjustments
DRX,
made by T1
it's great.
in
You'll
terms
take
of
it.
just countering how DRX was trying to play.
Oh, that was a big
flashback.
flash then.
Well, this map is contentious to say the least. Let's see what happens in the second half when we come back.
Oh, and then a flashback lurk on top of that. Ooh, that's kind of nice.
Had it with your old phone. We've got you. At Verizon, trade in any old phone for iPhone 16 Pro on us, on any plan. And get iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all three on us. That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
Red Bull gives you wings.
But I do think that Vise is, to get back to what you're saying as well, probably, the solo Vise on Fracture, even on attack, is kind of difficult. Because what do you do on a 4-quadrant map, right? If you're going to place a Vice wall to cover this quadrant over here, and you're playing, let's say, a flash on this side, but you have to play around your flash, you're still leaving this open and this open. I know your team is going to work one of the quadrants as well, but I do agree that the cam and the trips are very good on this map. That's why I also think Cypher is still very good on Haven. And why I also think that Vice could also be very good on, Lotus. Cypher is probably still very good on Lotus compared to Vice. Even if trips could get broken easily by util on
And a big part of it has been the way
on Lotus,
Meteor has
it's
been
still
playing. He's been
doable.
stepping
Like
up,
it's
he's
still,
been finding
the
some of
camera's
those
still too
timings.
strong.
His side anchoring a little bit sketch, but
Martin getting caught off guard there.
but his lurks have been really good, is where I'm going with that. So let's see if on this attacker side, Meteor can find some more of that space, find some more of that value for DRX, shutting those things down. Sight holds on B with Flashback and Mako going to be very, very crucial. Hyunmin being able to spread the map with those Yoru TPs as well. See how that new duelist changeup will work for DRX coming into this half. I was pretty surprised they changed on this map as well. I thought this might be the one where maybe they just stick with the Rays, but you know, really went all in on Yoru for this event.
Seems like they have adopted the same thought process around freeing playing nothing but Taeho.
Yeah, why not, right?
I heard very early salvos. That's on the defense, so they tried to fault line salvo.
When to get themselves this advantage. I mean, Hyunmin, he creates some space, he opens things up, but he hasn't been fragging the way that we've seen him in the last 2 series.
It's especially on this map. It's really tough for yours.
Entry coming
Wait, the
through,
run through from Bane could be huge here. Nope, Buzz owns him.
Bane. Both going to be taken out. Hyunmin now noted here on the flank. Mako slowly creeping his way in from the spawn.
Do they have Salvo's close plan? They probably use it. Yeah, they still have it here. They could even use it to push back in this area.
Look at Sylvan. He's out Narnia.
He's gonna reflank A-holes.
They want to play this out as patiently as they can. Pain shells here at Mako's feet, forces him back, and he eats an immense amount of damage. Hyunmin finding one, but I think this flank is going to be noted whatsoever. Not anticipated as Sylvan gets closer. And
Just keep walking in on top of that. It's planted for him.
Across the rope could be absolutely devastating. But it won't even come to fruition as Mako now. Last one standing with just 12 HP.
He'll never expect main.
Win, not in his sights. Some charges, perhaps towards that orbital, his goal, but cannot find any more. T1 win the pistol, tied up 1-1 here in the map.
Just a great entry here by Buzz.
Oh, and also that's why I think like Cypher is still very good on Abyss. The camera is too good for mid info. If you're not playing like a G2 style where you're like doing a lot of setups to get forward positions on your Yoru and
gotta start to worry, you know,
and chamber
Big
and
time
allow
whistle with
yourself
the
to like
T1. You gotta start to
get
worry
out of
about
jail free
DRX.
card with the
One
TPs.
thing that I noticed, just kind of watching them on stage, was they looked a little nervous. They looked a little
That's for
shaky
heaven,
against
so this is going to be
Vitality.
fairly quick. I love this stack though
Whereas on
from
that T1
DRX.
squad, ton of experience and a big opening
Just
kill.
unfortunate Hillman
Was finding Henman
is
off
trying to
the
get
rip,
through.
up and over the top
That's
he
a
goes,
huge
lands
fault
on the
line
box,
stun, huh?
Mako goes down.
I'm assuming they
Turns
also
back,
used
keeps his
the
teammate protected, grabs the orb.
concuss from Izu.
Showstopper.
We
This
got some
round is all
value here.
buzz all day long. Like you said, Showstopper now online. It is just freeing. And given the way that he's just sprinting around, well, we'll be able to find a kill. Oh, almost a second.
Looks like they're trying to have
Seemed like he
stacks
just
run
wanted
down
to
to
get
grab
this round
orb and come
over
back
with.
up the plant.
Get into
I would
T1's
assume so.
bonus. We
Just
are
to try to
tied
get
up at 7-7.
some orb economy on your
Alright, the
side.
speed and
A
acceleration
lot of time to work with, so
for
why the hell
T1
not?
has been working so far.
And it's
Get
crazy
past
how
that
Buzz
utility
already
clock
has
to
his
that
ult
box with some really
versus
nice
what it
blast
took
backing
3 or
from
4
Buzz.
rounds before Bane got his.
He's gonna be
Even
rewarded
if he
with a
had an
showstopper
orb,
in the bonus. So
a
this is
4K, and a plant in
scary
pistol round.
for DRX. Have to be very aware of the positionings. That T1 is going to be taking. Don't want to lose a player early. That showstopper, if you can help it.
So you're trying to sell a fake here?
It's an interesting setup there with that tripwire right at the edge of tower.
There's no fault line. They
Trying
go
to catch
for a
players
salvos and
setting up,
drone, and then
I believe,
contact
Mako.
here so they could
Salvo
fault line
catches
for
the
support.
I did.
Ends up getting cleared out. Cam still
I think at this
situated.
point, Meteor has to play close here.
Deltron not identifying flashback
This is not
position
good.
there
He's
on
gonna
the
get
site.
punished.
Meantime, though, double push up through halls. Meteor goes in to challenge this. Young man on the counter swing will be able to take
At least
it down.
it's still a
Showstopper
1-for-1,
now,
so we'll
gonna be
take it.
drawn out.
And they still do the satchels
No one
across
to receive
here.
it. In the end, going to be a bit of a dud, but still, space open up for T1 to get the plant going.
They're gonna
And the
have so much
re-clear here is
control.
important because it allows now
Addition,
for
main
your
control.
brimstone to
DRX
move
only
out
has one option, and that's
and
to
get the
force
molly
their
set
way
up here
through.
for
They might
plat.
try and clear main
And then
first.
Tejo for salvos
This is
here.
gonna be challenging no matter what.
Get Sylvan escorted back. He's gonna
And
be in
Stack
position
still
for the
has
volley line.
aftershock, but he's not in position to use it. So him losing his life is not so bad.
Stacks in the face. The molly,
Molly
down,
already happened.
sent through. Bounces down for the delaying.
There's no smoke through. There's no flash for the
Trying to
smoke,
go
but
for the
Sylvan
tap here
still
on the
gets the
spike point
kill.
just yet. They still need to open up some space. They need to clear all these angles. And now the salvos are ready. Can hold a half. Hyunmin trying to scale forward, finds one. Half.
Got it,
held.
half.
Yeah,
Big
half
kill by
hold is there.
Hyunmin.
Hyunmin looks for an ace for himself,
Oh,
but
the
cannot
stun.
make it happen. The hold comes
He
in.
got the
DRX
defuse,
wins the
man. That
round,
was
but they lose
such
absolutely
huge kills by
everything.
Hyunmin to save the round.
Oh, on a nice edge there. Izu playing that really nicely. But the fact that DRX commits to that half hold, sacrifices Mako, allows them to get that round win, but just barely. And they're going to be.
Did they
hurting
use both salvos
economically going
onto
into
the
this
spike
next
area?
round.
I think that's kind of troll.
Meteor winning out on a
I think that could have
1v1.
spread a little
Quite
bit
of
more.
Damage. It's a pretty easy cleanup. I thought Sylvan might have the jump on Hyunmin there. He got ahead of the flash, swung wide, but Hyunmin with a
We'll
nice
have I want to
reaction.
have a look back at
Take him
that.
down.
Remind me, chat, in round number 15, please.
Let's see what now.
During a timeout, I want to rewind
Anyone wants
to have a
do.
look.
Arcade push. Flashback here. Trip this time hasn't been cleared just yet by the salvos. Stealth drone out. Getting a little bit of information. They're going to know that the box is clear, but Mako with the shotgun.
Thank you, Fo.
Lingering here inside the smoke with a timing buzz. Able to find it.
Oh yeah, he definitely got half, but I'm thinking the second salvo should have been somewhere to like do more damage on site.
They lose out.
Wait, Chad, did T1 still win the round?
Spam across through the smoke past the Jen Bane. Gets taken down and freeing, locked in position here by these thorns. That smoke only gonna last for so long. Dissipates, he breaks the line of sight.
What happened in the last round?
How do you
I
try to
thought
get a
DRX
jump on
defused it,
somebody?
no?
Frenzy at this range.
They're using that.
DRX defused
KO
it, and they're still on
utility to smother
pistols.
him out of the round.
What is going on?
It's going to be difficult for him to
And
find the
T1 still on the buy?
opportunities. Trying to be as patient as he can.
T1 lost
Stacks
a
and
round and
Meteor
they're
on
still on the
way
buy.
out. Re-wraps back
Wait, I'm
towards
so confused.
the ramp. No. He's just going to die to the spike.
Seems like they have a well-assessed idea of where.
Oh,
Freeing is gonna be
sorry,
coming
because
from.
it was a 7-5 half,
Avoid him,
right?
So Freeing will just go down to the spike.
So then it was T1's bonus versus DRX's gun round. So the bonus is still making a 1v1, and if they actually killed everybody on the defuse, then they didn't have money to buy this round.
Obviously, a
Okay, so
weaker
that's
buy,
that's
but
actually a very
a
good
few
bonus
things
towards
go
the
pretty
end.
awry here for the side of DRX, just the timing there. Mako
The
thought
thing
he
is
was
like
close.
thankfully
Yeah, you can see it.
DRX, they
Timing
like
was just a bit off.
somehow stopped the hemorrhaging by
Flashback, got the
not
one
allowing
done.
T1
Beyond
to
that, just some smoke
win a
spam
bonus.
for T1,
So they have a chance
anticipating
now
the
to
flood
like
retake
even the
attempt by
tally
DRX,
here.
just shutting it down before it even starts.
Lots of regen shields, getting close
It's a
to a
very
couple of
important
key
round
ults
for
here
DRX.
for
Their
DRX.
money
Same thing for Stax and Sylvan, and also for Izu, and even for Meteor. So there's going to be a lot of chaos in the next 3 to 4 rounds.
And already, it's the backpedaling coming through.
Word for DRX. To be honest with you, again, after watching all these games from DRX from day one, DRX for me has been lacking mid-rounding and also lacking defense.
This is pretty wild. I mean, this execute
like good defense.
style of Valorant that both of these teams play.
The first thing that comes to mind is thinking of how many times Flashback got hit by a haunt against Vitality on split.
First half in
and no protocol to like even if the haunt isn't used for the execution, but it's being used for like in the midst of chaos to try to get pings, like that means for me that if you're really trying to anchor site, you need to put another player with Flashback no matter what. If you're forcing Flashback to play anchor in sight, you need your second player to break the haunt so that Izu doesn't give his position away. Or sorry, so that Flashback doesn't give his position away, so you can try to get to the anchor plays. But they never had any adjustments to it, to be honest. At least that I've noticed.
Yes.
But it has just been electric here today.
Look, I'll be honest. I was saying a couple
No,
days ago,
Fo, I think they fixed it at like
He's not
day
ready
2.
for it. He's proving me wrong right now. He looks way better, much more comfortable.
I know there was supposed to be a new HUD for this event. I was being told during the America stage at kickoff.
He goes, not bad.
So they showed us the timeout buys, where you have like the 10 players in their buys. It's a little bit busy still.
Scout out onto freeing. Goes into the dimensional drift, spotting out Meteor.
But I didn't know about the ultimate on the HUDs, on how it's changed.
See if he's going to be able to take him down though. Jumps out around the back.
But the region shield I feel wasn't showing until maybe a day after. Because I still felt that I saw 25 at some point and saw like health coming back up or something. All right, chat, so we talked about how this is going to be very dangerous for the next couple of rounds, right? Meteor is also very close to his Steel Garden, and if you're looking at the rest now, close to freeing, and 2 big ones over here already. So like, DRX still has a chance to regain the lead, but right now the exits or T1 are really, really good. Now he's got a Rolling Thunder, got no choice. Aftershock? No Aftershock. And then there's no time. Well done. But it allows Bane now to move up to close to an ult. And if anything, though, the big thing is that they already forced out this Rolling Thunder that could have been huge in the next round for T1.
They're absolutely frying on this attacker side. I mean, credit to DRX. They're able to force out that big ultimate, but still couldn't find that round win for a moment.
But we talked about Steel Garden being almost there, Armageddon there too.
Pushing through those smokes, disrespecting Mako's util. Great job.
Is having the weapon centered?
This aggression from
Is it a little bit off
T1
on the overlay?
Needs to be accounted for. You've got to find a way to maintain arcade control. It's being sending players down into sewers to create some crunches. That's been the one round that worked for DRX in this half. Was when they were able to
we'll have a look once we're back in the game. Okay, hold on. Let's note that number, that round 15.
With a showstopper in the bonus. Watching them on big time pistol.
Protected grab.
Setup.
Him down, showstopper now.
So what?
Get Sylvan escorted back. He's going to be stacks in the face. The molly now sent through. Bounces down.
Okay.
Need to open up some space. They need to clear all these angles. And now the salvos are ready.
There's the salvos.
Hold back.
See, if it feels like they both went in there.
They need to clear
Look at
all
this.
these angles. And now the salvos are ready.
He hits it, and the circle is still red at that spot. Yeah, see it there, like bump, 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 bump.
Orbital, a neural at their disposal, but similarly impactful.
So I felt they could have definitely spread this a bit,
on the B side.
because the salvos would have killed that person no matter what.
4T1 from the southern end. Meanwhile, yep, arcade control going to be attempted to establish by DRX. Just Meteor there on his lone.
I don't really mind the spacing for the rifles here. It allows for me to read the armor situation a little bit better.
Tip of the retake spear now going to be eliminated, but orbital strike coming through as things get
There's
chaos
defensive
here.
orbital strike.
Similarly, Armageddon
Now they
trying to
fight
escort
for
them
heaven. I
forward,
love the
drop down
aftershock to
on the
push him
rope.
away,
The
but
aftershock
the
forces
circle
them away.
around is going to be huge when
Strikes
Buzz is
opened up
alone.
now, in control of T1. Sylvan still has his own orbital strike available for the post plant, and he's in a disconnected position back out over towards
They need to
tree.
keep him alive, but they have no other stalls, so
Not quite finding the kill.
I would love Izu to be protected so that he could actually use his drone on the exec
Still here on
to like
site,
stop
he'll find
util.
Mako. Swings in, finds two, takes down his former cohorts.
This oh no, you have to keep looking at ropes, bro.
Eliminated now when it all falls down to Sylvan. The orbital to buy some space, but the Armageddon looks to shove him back, and he cannot escape
Dude,
it.
that is a miscomm or a bad play, to be honest, by Izu. With knowing that the orbital strike is going to land
as
this,
they look to go 10 to 10, but T1
if he was still tucked in that
so
corner,
much cash
he still
behind
has
right now.
timing
This is a great
for a
adjustment,
bit
great identification
to still
by
watch
DRX,
ropes before needing to turn
reestablishing
around to play
control
against
of
players that
Arcade,
would push
giving up a little bit of space. Sure,
into
Meteor
the
gets
orbital
one,
strike back to
you're
take
able
B
trade
heavy.
it quickly, not that big of a deal. Because you have the orbital strike and you're able to use that when T1 wants to plant to force them into tower. Then you've got the Tejo utility to force them out into the
Oh, you like
open,
how he's
and
protected
you're
from the
crunching
orbital
at the
strike.
same time. Freeing catches his opposite Tejo, completely napping. But that was just really good execution and coordination. Waited out the timing on T1's Armageddon as well.
Yeah,
to
exactly,
send that
probably.
orbital strike of their own.
Freeing is really good at
Very
nullifying
nice change from DRX.
hits.
See, now they're starting to just do what T1 was doing before. They're trying to find flashback. They're trying to find Meteor now on this attack.
But like I said, this is going to be very close games because of all the ult cycles that we're currently seeing here. Big kill by Buzz to start. Oh, oh. Wait, don't peek flashback.
Considering a swing out. Here's the Thorn's paint shells, forcing him further away, allowing for Meteor. Get set up.
This is just such a big stun. Rolling Thunder is not going to get too much value unless they are able to get through Sands and ult into main so that these guys can start crunching in. But they are so slow. They got to save. There's no time left.
But it looks like DRX are calling this off. The 4v5, T1 far too entrenched. No one on that north side.
It's very respectable knowing that the fault line and the concusses and stuns are still there. Well, I guess
it's
the
just a great counter call here by Stack.
what's this called again, chat?
He says, "All right, they want Arcade. Okay, there's a big kill
The
for
ice,
Meteor on the back end.
the
Another gun dropped. DRX,
Tejo
but
concuss.
it's a simple adjustment. We're just gonna go dish this time. Meteor, you hold the line at main. We've got the showstopper. If we can get through the site easily, you're gonna have backup, and it's right there. Lickety split. So the counter calls here, so good.
It's
On
called
this
this.
attacker
No,
side,
it's called
been
this.
highly favoring T1.
Yeah, the
How
special
does Mako
delivery.
have in response? Because he's got a rolling thunder, the neural theft available as well. Some tools to work with, but a couple bulldogs had to be bought down.
It's called ouch or let me move, let me move,
Back
let me
to
move.
Arcade and
I love that.
DRX isn't really reading this. Mako forced back. A lot of info gained. They know they're going to have the space. You can see Bane sliding over.
Yeah, I'm just calling it the
Provide a little bit of
concuss.
support. Able to fault line there.
Lines out.
Unless I
Just
could make like
little
some
spot
like
out, but
casting
definitely has to
wordsmith
back
play,
away.
right?
Gonna be taken, sets up the bomb,
Special
rolling down,
delivery.
first actions, looking to try to storm him, but it's gonna be Buzz actually swinging around.
Easy
the opposite
gets to
side
the
here on site.
destination.
Comes away with that kill. Shots just unable to connect. He's out at safety. Spike does get dropped. His Freeing's able to find one. Kenman trying to scale for, trying to take some space, but cannot. Freeing in flashback, however, will be able to stem the bleeding, stem the tide. Get themselves just one round away. But it's chaotic.
Now I have to
it's messy.
observe state of the game once all these ults are used. Like how close are we on economy and how close are we on the next wave of ultis? Because this game is going to get decided in the last 2 rounds.
And then the quick retake before T1 can really plant their feet, find the ability to get the plant down. Great stuff. Great counter call again. Already.
Still have
showing how well these two
the
teams
hat,
know each other,
neural
how
theft.
familiar they are with
Economy
each
still
other.
very good here for T1.
This time T1
Right here, like a clean hit from T1, and DRX is screwed.
slow down the pace a little
Look,
bit.
look how far away they are from ults too. Unless Hillman could like pop off in this moment too, that'll be their saving grace for round 24.
Looks like our drones are gonna Say hello to each other.
But
over
if
there,
T1 has a
Main.
very clean
Media
execution
here.
over here,
Little jump of wire.
oh no.
Oh, that's so bad.
And that
Oh,
could be
no.
absolutely devastating.
TP will be there underneath side.
They need to sell a fake here.
Crash drifts
This is why
balls,
the
but Meteor
I was gonna say the breach.
And he's
Never
gonna be able
mind.
to nail him.
He just gets them both.
Bane freeing, not sure what
So
just hit him.
we talked about clean hits. This is gonna be the cleanest as you want, right?
And now for that gate crash, you can't
Now
take
they'll
it.
get a plant over here. These three probably have to save.
There was an immediate ping.
You already see the fallback. So now you're gonna look at the next round, right? Because Bane has no choice but to save. They're gonna be at 1900. Freeing is gonna have 2K, and Bane's gonna be at 1950. They could maybe get a drop on 2 players to allow these guys to buy,
Wouldn't be the first time they've done it to T1.
but they don't have any ults to follow up with the buy.
Backs away. Meteor similarly on
And now the
prowl,
next
working his
round,
way through
I
that
was
defender's
gonna
spawn.
say, like, I like that Stacks is moving forward to try to get
closer.
kills because he's gonna allow for himself to get a guaranteed ult in the next round.
Right there.
But eventually
If not, the
ditches
protocol
come
is
through,
trying to
Cam
do
cleared
like
out.
trying to get an orb so they could do a full
collects one.
execution.
The cage basically giving away their positions.
That's why Stacks is running in,
Wanting to hound them down.
and he just died. This is perfect.
Meteor finds the other, a 4K for him.
So
One
now they have
rifle
so much money for
surviving the
T1
round.
with the
Cash
Rolling Thunder,
Gone.
and because it is match point,
Get up to map point.
you have to force a buy.
It's 26 kills now for Meteor.
You have to
This
force
is
a
just
buy. If it
extra
was round
awareness on his
23,
part.
where it's not map, or
Obviously,
yeah, where it's not
flashback
map
probably
point,
getting a little bit
well,
of a
round
talking
22
to,
rather,
but
if it's not map point,
tripwire placement,
then I would respect like hero
grabbing
rifles on the
these guns at
3-1
the end of
saved.
the round is
But now
so
they gotta buy.
devastating, 'cause that's going to only be 2 stingers that Bane and Freeing can afford to buy. A bulldog for
And I'm
Mako.
assuming the buy is low here because they still have to buy so much util, and
No
it's
ults to speak of
expensive
other
here
than
on the
neural theft.
on the
Got
initiators.
Rolling Thunder for Stacks. He
And
can
they've
send it
also
right
lost
here.
the third rifle out of the 3 trying to save.
Able to dip out, freeing. Looks back through the door. Salvo's now starting to fly. Damage not suffered here on the side of DRX quite just yet, but all 5 players from T1.
That was a very interesting Rolling Thunder from the beginning.
Here in halls.
I thought Buzz would try to like satchel in and take control of Sands. I don't know if he missed his
Back off of
satchels.
this,
No, he
try a
never
different
used them.
direction. You have made it very readable
That actually could be a small mistake here that allows DRX to salvage the round.
in Sands.
Flash out, come in, looking for the play. Gun down, Izu. Able to find one.
There's 2 players on site. Yeah, dude, this is a mistake by T1. They have a chance now.
Somehow, some way, DRX. They managed to win it out. They can scoop up these weapons. The 2 dead. Minor amounts of cash. Still going to be a bit of a weaker buy as they try to push this into overtime, but they are.
I think after
persevering.
T1 trying to
That's gonna be a
snowball
timeout called
like
here
a
from
death
T1.
ball
That's a
around the
good
ult
idea.
and miss that, it's probably going to be a
For both
slow
teams,
round.
DRX
They're going to try to
there,
default it a little bit
just
more.
knowing that they can bait that
That's where they're getting
Rolling
good
Thunder out,
value.
just fall back.
But this also gives an opportunity for DRX to take a quadrant control, maybe
They weren't
dish,
changing their mind no matter
or
what. Come hell
arcade
high water, they were gonna try
to allow
break
Mako
through.
to get
Buzz goes in
orbital
all
strike.
on his own to try to create space. Gets shut down at the point of attack. The rest of the team crumbles behind. So DRX there, able to just get an early read on T1's positioning and
like
lock
the
down A
Rolling
site.
Thunder into Sands could have
T1
been
here,
like fault
a
line
little bit concerning. We saw this
Salvo,
on Haven.
and then
They
like
played their very
Ray's
first
satchel
time.
with a breach
T1 had a
flash.
lead.
That probably
Hold
could
it,
have allowed
sent
for
it
you to
into
scale up in halls
OT.
anyways,
Had another lead in OT.
and then use the Rolling Thunder for sight or for post
He
plant.
was able to clutch out.
So for them to ult right away for Sands control and not doing anything behind that
And then DRX ended
was
up
kind of
winning that
troll because
Haven
now you have 0
61.
information. You already
Looking
gave a
to
tell,
avoid
and
that
they already
again
had
here
4
on
players on
Fracture, a
site
map
for
that
DRX.
has
The thing is also
much
like
improved.
maybe because of the smoke in the
Okay,
front,
this is a
kind of
much
just
better version so far. I
thwarted
need to see
T1's aggression.
A bit more
to
active
just
on the
try to
map.
send
Looks
it.
like they're going to try and set up a B crunch. 3 up top, 2 down below. Whereas DRX
There's
looking
Mako
to
that's
get aggressive out of
about to move
dish.
forward, so I think they smoked this. He's gonna move up and grab this orb.
Try to go for this. I mean, you see the pings.
So then for the rest of T1, they're just gonna fast tempo here.
Seems like, yeah, they're gonna call for a full crunch.
And there's 3 players fighting this spot too.
Solid enough understanding of where T1 is going to be. They actually shut them down. That's just gonna
Oh, that's
be
a huge ult
ult
from
because it
underpass.
is
They got
here,
nothing to
steel
work
guarding
with. They have to fall back.
away their weapons.
But the thing is as they
give it
fall
up.
back, when they go for this plant, orbital strike comes down and all the guns would be back. But they lost Bane through smoke.
Over towards that spawn side.
There's the orbital strike. You're not using it? You're not using it. Wait, you're trolling.
Set up. Retake needing to get started here, but flashback already going to be taken down 3v5. As DRX
What are we
desperately
doing?
try to get this over into overtime. Hyunmin down low.
This is way too late for orbital strike.
Eliminated Buzz with the shorty able to find Hyunmin freeing, taking down Buzz. The trade's coming back through, but still the disadvantage here for DRX. Salvos to clear some space, freeing to try to disrupt.
It's not even half.
The
Yeah,
damage. Pushes forward, but gets cut down. 13-11. T1 take down DRX. On DRX's
Started using the ult when they were already set up on the post plant for T1 instead of trying to get the ult out and try to fight in the chaos that DRX is really good at. That would have been so good for them, to be honest with you. But yeah, GG's on the first map. But that means for me that it might be over for DRX with T1's map win right here of Fracture. Small mistakes, but ended up being costly.